Nobody expected violence to erupt inside Judge Harper's courtroom. The hearing had already been tense. A black man named Andre Collins sat quietly at the defense table while a police officer named Derek Malone testified against him. Officer Malone had spent nearly an hour accusing Andre of resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, obstruction. The list seemed endless. Yet Andre remained calm. Too calm. That bothered Officer Malone. Every accusation was met with silence. Every insult was ignored. The officer's frustration continued to grow. Finally, during a recess, things exploded. As Andre stood near the defense table gathering papers, Malone approached him. "You think you're smarter than everybody?" Andre looked at him calmly. "No." The officer stepped closer. "You've been smiling all morning." "I haven't. Don't lie to me." Several people turned to watch. The courtroom became quiet. Andre simply shook his head. "Officer, I'm not looking for trouble." That only made Malone angrier. Without warning, he shoved Andre. Gasps echoed across the room. The bailiff immediately stood. "Officer Malone." But Malone wasn't finished. Fueled by anger and embarrassment, he threw a punch. His fist connected with Andre's face. The courtroom exploded. People screamed. Several spectators stood up. The judge slammed her gavel repeatedly. "Order! Order!" Andre stumbled backward. A cut appeared near his lip. For a moment, everyone expected him to fight back. He didn't. Instead, he calmly adjusted his jacket. Officer Malone smirked. "You gonna do something now?" Andre looked directly at him. Then he sighed. "That was a very bad decision." The officer laughed. "Is that a threat?" "No." Andre reached into his inside pocket. Several people froze. The bailiff instinctively moved forward. But Andre wasn't reaching for a weapon. He removed a leather credential wallet, then placed it on the table. The room became silent. Very silent. Andre opened it. A gold badge flashed under the courtroom lights. FBI. Nobody moved. Officer Malone blinked. "What is that?" Andre slowly stood straight, then spoke clearly. "My name is Andre Collins." He paused. "Special Agent Andre Collins, Federal Bureau of Investigation." The courtroom froze. Judge Harper stared at the badge. The prosecutor's mouth dropped open. Officer Malone suddenly looked pale. "No." Andre placed additional credentials beside the badge. Federal identification. Security clearances. Official documents. Everything authentic. Everything impossible to deny. The officer's confidence vanished. The judge immediately stepped down from the bench. She carefully examined the credentials. Her expression changed instantly. "They're real." The room erupted with whispers. "What? FBI? No way." Andre calmly wiped the blood from his lip, then opened a black folder. Inside were photographs, reports, witness statements, investigation summaries. Officer Malone stared. His face lost all color. Andre turned several pages, then looked directly at the officer. "For the past 11 months, I've been assigned to a federal task force investigating corruption and excessive force allegations." Nobody spoke. Andre continued. "Officer Derek Malone has been one of our primary subjects." The courtroom exploded. Judge Harper looked stunned. The prosecutor sat frozen. Several spectators stood up. "What? He's investigating him?" Andre nodded. The evidence folder remained open. Bank records, body camera footage, citizen complaints, internal reports. Everything was there. Months of evidence. Months of investigation. Officer Malone suddenly understood. Every accusation. Every complaint. Every suspicious arrest. The FBI already knew. Andre pointed toward one photograph. Then another. Then another. The officer recognized every one of them. The courtroom became silent again. Then the rear doors opened. Everyone turned. 4 FBI agents entered. The room froze. The lead agent approached Andre. "Agent Collins." Andre nodded. The agent handed him another file, then looked directly at Officer Malone. The officer's hands began to shake. Judge Harper stared in disbelief. Only minutes earlier, everyone believed Andre was simply another defendant. Now they were learning the truth. The entire case had been part of a much larger federal investigation. Andre calmly closed the folder, then looked at the officer. "You believed nobody would hold you accountable." Malone said nothing. Andre nodded. "That's usually when people make their biggest mistakes." The officer lowered his eyes. The courtroom remained completely silent. And for the first time that day, nobody was looking at Andre as a defendant. They were looking at him as the man who had just exposed the truth.